Hey guys, today is September 11th, 2015, and I'm going to do my update. I can't even tell you, it's 3 years and so many months. I'll write it in the description. I'm also 4 weeks post-op phalloplasty with radio free forearm free flap. With Dr. Crane and Dr. Chen in San Francisco. And so, real quick, I'm just maturing more and more into my body. I'm realizing that I can separate my emotions. I don't have to react to everything. It's easier for me to pick and choose my battles, I think is what I'm trying to say. And I have noticed one thing with me eating clean and losing weight, that I look older. I guess I have to take that to be healthy, right? So let's just reflect back. For the past year, I've been off and on these videos saying how my wife and I did a diet change, a lifestyle change, and we started incorporating more live food, juicing. We cut out dairy, except for some cheeses, and dairy, flour, and of course simple sugars. So I was on a road to already doing that because I had chronic migraines. I couldn't find a way to get healthier in what I was caught in already in my lifestyle. So by doing that, when the opportunity came that my insurance would cover phalloplasty, it just encouraged me more to continue that road. So I went and had a pre-op with Dr. Crane back in the end of February. And so we set a date for August 12th, and I had my phalloplasty August 12th. It lasted 8.5 hours. Dr. Crane told my family that I did wonderful, everything went good. My first day post-op, I was alert. They asked me or encouraged me to wiggle my fingers all that I can and rotate my thumb, and so I did. The minute I heard that, I started doing it. And you're in a splint, so your wrist is mobile, but your fingers in your hand or your fingers in your thumb can be moved. So I constantly did that, guys. I know one of my buddies last year had it, and he couldn't unbend his fingers, and he couldn't bend them all the way, and his hand was like 3 times its size, and I swore I wasn't going to end up like that. So when they gave me the green light, I took it. As far as healing, well, my second day post-op, I woke up with a bad headache. In fact, I kept telling the night nurse how I had this bad headache, and she said, hit the pump. And I hit the pump, and it just didn't help my headache. And so finally that morning, after the nurses changed shifts, nobody came in. So I hit the call button, and the charge nurse came in, and I said, I need something for this headache, and I don't want pain meds. I don't want no Norco. I don't want any of that. She said, okay, I can give you Tylenol. I said, cool. So she brought in some Tylenol, and from that moment on, that's all I had was Tylenol. And they informed me that the pump is a very light dose of medication, that you can actually hit the pump every 8 minutes. And I said, really? So I only needed the pump when they would move me after they took that vacuum packing off my leg where they did the skin graft. If they moved it and hit it, it was like a burn. It was just, ugh. But it didn't last forever. So I got through that. I didn't have any medication, and they actually sent me down to the room early, and the floor where you're discharged from, so you're not in intensive care or anything like that. they told me that I was doing really well. I tell you guys, they told me to eat, to make sure I ate. The minute I took that Tylenol, I got nauseated, like I was going to throw up, and the nurse ran and got my nausea medicine, which was already ordered prior to surgery, and he shot that in, and I was fine. So I ordered eggs. I tried to make good choices: turkey, sausage, fruit. Lunch, I would have a salad and fruit. Dinner, I'd have a wrap or a salad and fruit. And that happened every day. The eggs weren't great, so I finally, when I was nauseated, I thought, well, maybe I need to soak up some of these meds. So I had some French toast. Even though I didn't eat a lot of flour, I didn't eat flour, I figured it would at least soak up and put something solid in my stomach. Well, then that day I had more fruit, and then I started eating like a turkey sandwich on rye. I just ate really good. Even if I wasn't hungry, I would eat, just so that my body, and I would eat nutritional things except for the French toast. And I drank a pitcher of water, a couple of those a day, and I requested a pitcher of cranberry juice. And even though the cranberry juice was full of sugar, I didn't trip on that. I just didn't want any urinary tract infections. I wanted to be clear of that. So I drank those all day long. The fourth day, they got me up. I wasn't dizzy. I wasn't nauseated. I sat from 9 a.m. until 8 o'clock at night in the chair watching football. So I was good. Discharge day, I actually had a bowel movement. It took me a long time to sit there, and I was drenching sweat. But I was able to sit there by myself in the bathroom. The nurse was making the bed and doing whatever. I wasn't sick, nauseated, dizzy, nothing. So no aspirin. Sorry. So that went well. The road to healing once I was discharged was just about walking a little bit, eating good, putting lots of vegetables and fruits in my body, salads, I drank lots of water. It was a rough time at first. You had to carry the catheter bag around. There's some things that a lot of people don't talk about, and I don't know if they just don't think of it, but there is a smell, and I didn't really smell it until I got back to the recovery house. And when my sister was helping me change the bandages, I almost passed out from nausea. And the next day she helped me shower, and I said, I'm so sorry about this smell. And she goes, it just reminds me of a period. And that's when it hit. I haven't menstruated since 1991, and it was so devastating for me that what it did is it triggered all these emotions. Not only did it smell, and I've heard guys say a fishy smell, but it just smelled like that I was like, oh Lord. And I had asked Dr. Crane about it prior to surgery, and he said, it goes away. A lot of people complain about it. So I just knew it was part of it. It finally started going away about 2 weeks. So I let Dr. Crane know that that triggers emotions with us. It triggered a big emotional thing for me. And he started shaking. He goes, that all makes sense now. So guys, be aware. If it doesn't bother you, if it does bother you, then you know what it's about, and just deal with it, because there's no getting away from it. The only other thing too is laying in the bed, you can't move. You get sweat. I got sweaty, and I got so upset because the first nurse during the day, on third day, sorry, oh, excuse me, okay. On the second day post-op, I got a bath, which meant them just rolling me to one side, washing my back of my legs and butt and stuff, and then rolling me to the other. No, she did it just on the one side. That felt good. And then for 2 days later, I did not get anything. The nurses didn't even offer. And then the one nurse, before I got transferred to the other floor, she gave me a quick one. And I was just like, but that was probably the hardest for me. Got a little depressed, depressing with the sweating. You can't get away from it. You can't get over it. I tried moving my hips, rotating my hips so I could get some air underneath there. I wasn't in any pain. So that's how it went. Now I'm going on 4 weeks post-op, and I'll just show you my arm real quick. Yeah, I've got lots of pictures, but I've got them on a private group. My legs healed up good. It's all red and stuff from where they took the skin graft to cover the donor site. I do not, as you see, I kind of pulled a tendon today. My fault. We had a crisis in the backyard, and I had to act upon it, and I'm the only one here. But I'll rest that. But as far as everything, I'm good. I see my primary doctor Monday morning. I'll talk about seeing if I need therapy or anything. They did the Phalloplasty my 3 weeks post-op, because I had that scar from that surgery last year, and there was no blood flow, and he didn't want to take the chance of losing the glands. So he opted to wait until the blood flow circulated in the phallus, and then he did it 2 days after my 3rd post-op visit. And they're looking good. Everything's looking good. I had a leak. They let you pee 3 days before your 3rd post-op visit. And it was a Saturday for me, and I peed great. Good stream, peeing, emptying, a little bit in the catheter, that's it. Everything went well. Sunday morning I woke up, I went to pee, and it squirted out the back end. I freaked out. Well, my sister had noticed a little opening at the end of the vagectomy incision. And Dr. Crane said, no, there shouldn't have been an opening, and it could have been from me, because I had felt a pain when I spread my legs to get in the bed the first night I came home, and that might have did it. That area is so sensitive. Well, anyway, so I just started, he goes, you just plug it up or use the catheter. So I plugged it up, and I was peeing fine with it plugged up, and it got to where it would hardly leak out after I unplugged my finger. And so on the 3rd post-op, he elected, he goes, are you comfortable with plugging it? And I said, yeah. He said, okay, let's take out the super cath. And that was from the bladder, and I was like, yes, no more catheters. I did kind of get nervous if I couldn't pee, but I have been able to urinate. I have experienced a little burning in there, like maybe a little yeast infection. Lots of antibiotics that you're on. I was on them for the Phalloplasty, and I think that's what caused it. So I quit taking them, and now it's starting to subside. So I'm drinking a pure organic cranberry juice now, bitter, with stevia sweetening, and getting through that. So everything's good. Everything's healing well. I'm not out of the closet yet. I'm still got 4 more weeks of healing, even though I'm ahead of schedule. I just want to make sure I don't rip anything open, any of that. So I'm doing good. I won't be able to do anything as far as physically really for another 4 weeks. So I may or may not update next month. I probably will, to tell you about my surgery and how I'm coming along. But I am very happy to be full male. And what I mean by full male is just physically. I needed that for my pathway. I needed all the female genitalia gone. And this is wonderful. It's a new beginning and a new experience, and I'll share that with you guys. So always take it one day at a time and make your journey as simple as possible. Thanks, guys. Bye.